Dear ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anna Shvets, and I'm the PG student at Culture Institute of Marie Curie-Skłodowska University in Lublin. I'm really sorry I can't be right now with you due to my health problems, but I'd like to present my work to you now in such a form. Nowadays, the visualization of music is very rich and has various forms depending on the purposes of its creation, such as alternative notation, tonal organization, accurate organization, form structure, etc. However, when the question of the connection of such forms with global tendencies of the information society development is still actual, the dependence of the information society and as a consequence of contemporary knowledge from the high technologies development justify phenomenal causes. The domination of information change the domain of culture, and as assumes Lev Manovich, appears in the aesthetics of information. The aesthetics of information causes the change of the model of narration, which goes from linear to nonlinear, from text to hypertext. All these changes have to find the reflection in forms of contemporary knowledge presentation, including music knowledge. The information technologies development is mostly based on researches in the domain of artificial intelligence, which takes its models of functionality from the human brain and neural networks. Semantic network, the future of the Internet, will have to make the decisions based on accumulated and analyzed information from big data. Systematization and rearrangement of information in artificial intelligence systems goes by frame filling. Frame represents the smallest unit of semantic information, and it could be presented visually in the form of graph. Some number of graphs form the graph trees. Due to such form of presentation, it takes the most compact view and allows to represent the large number of information. In the information society context, which requires fast and effective information assimilation, the frame and graph approach of presentation seems to be the most adequate. As was mentioned above, the frame is a structured unit of information for different situations description. Unfilled frame is called protoframe. Frame being filled out is called exoframe. Let's build some protoframe in presentation of music harmony knowledge. Each part of the protoframe could be filled out with some specified type of information. For example, the aims could be filled out with the accords containing 4 sounds, 7 chords, and the arcs with the accord containing 3 sounds, triads only. Thus, when we fill out this protoframe, we could get such an exoframe, as you see on the screen. In this exoframe, we used the inversions of the same 7th chord while filling out its aims and some triads, passing chords in arcs, which could appear in progressions between inversion of the 7th chord. We could change the 7th chord remaining the same arcs and get vertical triad as this. Or we could remain the same 7th chord in aims and change the arc's content. Thus, we receive the horizontal triad. If we build such graphs for all the chords within diatonic scale, we receive very clear and structured system of all possible passing progressions within diatonic scale. The presentation in the notes view of all this progression could take dozens of pages, but in frame and graph presentation it gives all the system in all its integrity available to understand at first sight of view. The efficiency of such music knowledge visualization was proven during the second semester of the past academic year in the experiment held with students of Music Institute of Marie Curie-Skłodowska University in Lublin. For this experiment have been done the animated visualization of presented graphs, and 3D models of described frame content in Notes view. Used colors mark the function groups of the across and intensity of the color, features of ACO structure organization. Color and intensity marks are used for both view, graphs, and notes in direct correlation. The experiment was based on comparison of experimental and control groups. The experimental group were used above-mentioned animated visualization placed online in Moodle platform of distance education. In the control group, the traditional method of education were applied. The result showed the difference in the average estimation 4.1 at final test from 4.0 at pretest in the experimental group, comparing to the control group with 3.0 at the final test from 4.0 at the pretest. And in acuity of knowledge, stable 0.9 for the experimental group and 0.2 from 0.8 for the control group. During the experiment was observed field activity of students for after-lecture questions. Thus, the aspiration to combine the test and training modes led the author to the necessity of building of the online interactive training application written with the use of JavaScript programming language. This application was not shown earlier and contains all necessary features of the previous graph system in music harmony created by the author. Such an application could increase the efficiency and motivation in music harmony learning due to the game element into it. From the global point of view, such an application uses the notions and information structures of the information society, such as frame and graph, gives hypertextual access to training information, reflecting the global tendencies on relation type to change, and realize the interactivity principle, which is also one of the most important in the 21st century. That's it. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please write to the following address you see on the screen.